killing more people. The war is going to come to an end. You're going to have a winner and a loser. And I'll bet my money on Russia, not because I like them, totally against what they did. You're not going to beat them. All you're going to do is destroy more. How about talking for peace? And you know what happened? Here's the headline. Here's the headline of today's New York Times. Putin calls peace talks dead end because Zelensky will not agree to anything that Russia is asking. Number one, can't join NATO. Number two, you got to be neutral. Number three, the Donbass region is a separatist region. This is mostly Russian people, Russian-speaking people. They voted for Yanukovych that the American government overthrew in 2014, and they don't want to be a part of your system. That's it. That's it. And they won't do it. And what is the United States doing? Sending more weapons. And yesterday, your buddy Biden accuses Putin of genocide.
Well, genocide is irrelevant here. Genocide is wiping out a race or a religion or a gender. And I condemn what Putin is doing, but this is not genocide. This is a dispute over borders that has been going on for 100 years. And the American public is only getting one side of it, what the media wants them to see, and what Zelensky has become a very popular cultural and political figure in the West. So you're only hearing one side. I don't know that there is a moral side on the Russian side, but I do believe with Colonel McGregor that the more weapons we supply to the Ukraine, the longer this battle will go on.
I know.
The Russian victory is inevitable, and the more innocent human beings will die.
And no one's saying this.
Right.
There's no one coming out. There's no huge peace movement. There's nothing going on.
You know, you're right, Gerald. There is no peace movement, as there almost always was whenever America was involved in a war. Let's face it, this is a proxy war. This could become a hot war if some tank fires its projectiles in the wrong direction. But right now, it's a proxy war, and the administration announced yesterday they're going to be sending more lethal weapons, which is what Zelensky's been asking for. In fact, those weapons are probably on their way as you and I speak.
You know, this is...
Where do we go? Where do we go? What do we do?
Well, I'm starting, I have the Occupy Peace movement, and we're going to have a peace rally on Memorial Day weekend, and that's May 28th, Saturday, and I hope the judge could make it there as one of the top speaker there.
Include me in, you know that.
All right. Because we don't unite for peace, we're going to die for war. Again, everybody that believes in their God and religion should stand up for their fight for peace or succumb to Satan. This is Easter. It's the Easter week. And for all of those of you, regardless of what God you believe in or what religion, Jesus Christ was a warrior for peace. And I joined that club because we have these satanic, crazy people. Could you imagine sending more weapons to kill more people? And it's totally senseless, as Colonel McGregor has mentioned.
Well, I forget his name. Oh, Jake Sullivan, who's the president's national security advisor, former national security advisor for Mrs. Clinton, told Jonathan Karl on ABC News on Sunday that the American goal is a diminished Russia with a new government. They, out of their minds, they really think that by killing Russian soldiers, we can bring Western democracy to Russia.
I have that article actually right here. Jake Sullivan says U.S. wants a weakened Russia.
There you go. That's it.
Yep. He goes, he wants to see Russia weakened and isolated. And since Russia invaded on February 24th, the U.S. has pledged $1.7 billion of military aid for Ukraine. And Sullivan also said the U.S. would give Ukraine, quote, the weapons it needs. And here's his other quote. You ready for this? Our policy is unequivocal, that we will do whatever we can to help Ukraine succeed. And we need to keep giving them support, military support. And he goes on, but at the end of the day, what we want to see is a weakened and isolated Russia, a stronger, more unified, more determined West.
They're bloodthirsty.
Do you know, when you look at this guy Sullivan and that other arrogant former CIA clown, Ned Price, what is he with the Department of Defense, the spokesperson? They resemble, I looked at the pictures, Goebbels. I am not kidding. You look at their eyes, you look at their face. It's Goebbels 2022, because only Goebbels would be speaking like this. Who the hell are we, the United West? Our business is not Europe. Our business is America. George Washington warned us in his farewell address. No foreign entanglements. And all of these arrogant people that are saying what we should do. You did a great job in the Korean War. Love the Vietnam War. Boy, your Afghan and 2 Iraq wars, they were beautiful winners. How about Libya? I love Syria. Let's go to Yemen. And now you're going to ignite this when you lost all of those?
Well, war is the health of the state. It fortifies the military-industrial complex. It opens up the pocketbooks of taxpayers. It makes the public pliant as long as there's no peace movement. But when there's a peace movement to expose the futility of war, the death and destruction of war, the waste of government resources and assets, the destruction of freedom that war causes, then sometimes the government has to think twice. I mean, LBJ arguably was driven from office.
Yep.
I'm not saying Nixon was much better with respect to war, but LBJ was driven from office, from the White House, by the peace movement of the late 60s.
Yep, and it brought him down.
Yes.
Yep. Thank you so much, Judge, and Buona Pasqua.
Buona Pasqua to you, Gerald.
And thank you for all that you do. And again, there's nobody says what Judge Andrew Napolitano says with the judicial background and the knowledge, and he's doing everything he can to bring us freedom, peace, and justice. Thank you.